welcome to Old Time Knits. This is episode 18. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire in the US. You can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry as Old Time Knits. Welcome to my channel. This is where I talk all about my knitting, what's on and off my needles, what I hope to get on my needles, yarny acquisitions, and occasionally, as in today, I have a little crochet, which I haven't done for a very long time, but here I am. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Okay, so today I don't have anything to share for what I'm wearing. I'm not wearing anything. It's been a long haul here. I have been busy at work. I work at a local garden center and 'tis the season here in the US and we have been crazy busy there. And so have not had a whole lot of knitting time. I have managed to squeak out a few things, and so I'm going to start with what I have finished objects. And so the first thing I have, I talked about wanting to cast this on a while ago. And so here it is. This is for my granddaughter, and it's a little poncho. I love it so much. And this is for Eloise. Eloise is my granddaughter. And this is a free pattern from Plymouth Yarn. I love it. I had made her when she was very small. I don't know if I can find a picture. I had made the same pattern for her. And the pattern is the Hotcakes Poncho from Plymouth Yarn. It is a free pattern and very simple, basic poncho, really easy to do. I did heavily modify my version because they have size ranges. Let's see. I'm just going to check my notes. From 4 to 6, 6 to 8. Let me check it again. I'm sorry, 4 to 6 and then 8 to 10. So they don't have a mid-range of a 6 to 8, which is what I really needed for her. So I just kind of fudged my way through it and added in, some, I went in between the two sizes. So I was able to get it long enough for her and, big enough for her. I originally made her the smallest size, which was a size 2, and that was way back. She's 8 years old now. So anyway, I used a size 8 needle. And the yarn that I used was the Karen Marble Cakes. And this color is, this is 100% acrylic. Need something washable for these youngsters. And the color is Almond Ginger. This has a lot of yardage on it. I didn't use the whole cake, but I didn't have a whole lot left over. So I am super happy to have this done. She's been asking for one, so I love the way the yarn just did its own thing here. It really looks great and easy peasy. So it may be a little bit big for her, but I kind of am glad because then she'll be able to wear it a lot longer. So yeah, that is my first finished object. Super easy peasy, mindless one, which is what I need right now, in the busy season of flowers and vegetable gardening and all of that. So, all right, my next object, my next 2 objects. Here's my first one. This is also for Eloise, and this is my for my single sock make along, which I talked about in my previous video. I'll try and link that here so that you can go back and watch that and find out some of the details. But basically I had a basket of half used skeins of yarn, and my granddaughter showed up in mismatched socks one day, and I thought, why am I making pairs if they're going to show up in mismatch? So this is the remnants of a pair that I made for Eloise's sister Annabelle, and I had enough left over to whip out another sock, so I decided to start a make along. It's the single sock make along, and I have a group over on Ravelry, and I also have a hashtag on Instagram. I will talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But anyway, this is Freckled Whimsy, the yarn. This is a DK weight. I'm using a US size 3 needle. So this one is for Eloise. This is called, it's from the Hocus Pocus collection. It's called I Love You Jerk Face. Oops. So that one was for Eloise. And here is another one, which this one is for Annabelle. And this is also a Freckled Whimsy. I want to say it's the Gnome Sweet Gnome colorway, and also a DK. So I'm starting a pile for each of them so that maybe by Christmas I'll have a few of these. I think they're going to get a big kick out of it. I've always made them pairs, but anyway, the single sock make along, basically using up any, for me, it's using up these small scraps. I would create a pair of DK weight socks and I'd have leftovers, and they're just sitting there in a basket. And so when my granddaughter showed up with mismatched socks, I thought, well, that's kind of fun. So I started, the make along. So you can find details, like I said, in my previous episode, and I have over on Ravelry. The Instagram hashtag is single socks for the win. And, you can knit any single sock. You don't necessarily have to use scraps, but maybe you want to try a sock pattern, and, you get partway through the pattern, you think, this is a good pattern, but I just don't feel like making a second sock. If you complete that sock, you can post it in either location. It doesn't have to be scrappy. It's all about, mismatched and the fun of mismatched. And so, yeah, I've had a lot of questions about it, but you can read about it in Ravelry, and that is that. So there will be prizes, and I will talk about some things that have come for that in the end in acquisitions. So that is all my finished objects. That is all I've had time for. But let's move on to whips. Okay, and on to whips, works in progress. I am going to continue for just a little bit longer with the single sock thing. I hope nobody's getting burnt out on it yet. But anyway, it runs from May 1st to August 31st, so you're going to hear about it for a little while. All right, so my first whip is in this adorable, precious little bag, and this is by Little Robin Cottage, who I have talked about before, and I adore her. Here is her name. This bag, I love it because it's got little snaps, so snap it up and everything stays secure. She's got a little fun little, I don't know, ball thing on the end of it, and I just love the pattern. Her bags are super high quality. Her name is Lacey, and she is so sweet. But I like this because it's perfect for, you guessed it, a single sock. So this is my next, this is my next one, and this is for Blake, who's the oldest of the 3 grandchildren in the family. And get this situated. Sorry, here we go. So this on the top is a self-striping, remnants of a self-striping, and then I just grabbed this color out of the scrap bin, and again, DK weight. I use the Chagu US 3. I'm on Magic Loop. I do not remember the name of this. I think this was a Dragon Horde yarn, but I can't remember the name. Pumpkin something, I think. So these are kind of like candy cornish. So I'm almost done. I'm on the toe decreases, and then I will have one for Blake also. And yeah, so it's been a really fun thing, and it's so it's so gratifying to use up your scraps. I mean, these things just sit in the basket. You know, let me see. I still have the basket here. I do. Here it is. You know, and some of these, there won't be enough to do a whole sock, but you certainly can do a cuff or a part of a sock and combine it. It's opened up a whole new world of creativity for me. And I really think the kids are going to get a kick out of it. So yes, that is my first work in progress. Super simple, super easy. They go so fast. So I'm hoping that I'm going to have a good pile of those by the time Christmas rolls around, or I may give them to them before. I'm not sure. All right, and then my next work in progress is very unusual for me, and it's been a long time since I had a crochet project on the needles. But yes, I did, because I truly am all about finding a way to use up some of these beautiful skeins of yarn that we have in our stash. And you know, I just hate to just see them sitting there, and partial skeins and scraps and all the things. So bear with me a moment here and let me get untangled. Here we are. I know it's a blanket. This is a granny stripe blanket, and it is from Green. It's a free pattern, and it's from Green Letter Day on Ravelry. I decided that I wanted to use my some of my fingering weight yarn, and I've had some caked up and just sitting there, and so I cast this on, and I did so because my second oldest daughter is a brat. I mean that in the nicest way. She has been hounding me for a blanket for a long time. And I actually made her one about 6 years ago. And apparently she does not remember, nor does she have the blanket. So I was reluctant to make another. And I've said this before, I'm not a blanket girl. Somewhere I have a Cozy Comfort throw on the needles, and I have to finish that too. But anyway, I said, well, I'll just cast one on here and see what happens. So I did, and here it is. And I do love it. And I love the fact that I can just use up, and you'll see the random stripes. I mean, there's some, you know, the pink one doesn't have too many stripes because that's all I had left. That was from a pair of socks I did, and there was some left over. So this is a mix of, like, this is a DK weight, and then this is a fingering held double. Most of it is fingering weight held double because I do want to use up some scraps. And so one of the things that I always found about crochet was, when back in the day when I did it, I felt like these things were so tight and dense. It's like I can't explain it, but they were thick and not drapey, and I don't know, it was just different. And so I decided to use a large size hook. I am using just a basic boy that I had in my collection, and this is a J or a 6mm. Yeah, it's just boy, B-O-Y-E. And so that's a pretty large needle, and I was so happy that I did that because I feel like it's drapey. See it? You know, it lays nicely. It's not too thick. It's not too heavy. It's not too dense. So I am super happy with it. And this has been a good project for me right now because I am kind of fried when I get home at the end of the day, and you know, don't want anything too complicated right now. Once we get through our busy garden center season, then it will be way different. This is currently what I'm working with, and this is a magpie fiber. This is a previous Fiber Society colorway, so it doesn't have a name, but it's really pretty. It's speckled. So again, I'm holding it double, and that's what that very last row is here. And so thrilled to be on it and using things up so I can you know, feel good about my stash. I have had some of these in my stash for quite some time, and you know, it weighs on me a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm not buying anything, but my daughter did say, as she was begging me to make her a blanket, geez, Mom, just think if you use all of those little scrappy things up, you can get more. And I was like, all right. So she doesn't know I'm making this. I'm kind of keeping it quiet because in case I fall off the bandwagon, which I have been known to do, I'll be the first to admit the blanket situation is not always a good one. So I'm giving it a whirl. We'll see. And I think that is, yeah, that is all I have really currently going on. Except for I do have a test knit on the needles, but I was not sure if the designer was going to let us share that just yet, but it's a real quick test knit, so I'll be able to share it the next time. It's a cute little cowl pattern and pretty easy. So yeah, that is all I have on my needles, which is crazy. I just feel like I haven't had much time to do that, but that's okay. I'm fine with it all. All right, and I want to talk about some prizes for the make along, and for those of you who are already participating, I appreciate it. You can post your finished objects over on Ravelry or on the Instagram hashtag, and in the Ravelry group, which I will link all of that down below. There is a chatter thread, and then there is a finished object thread. Please don't post pairs of socks. The idea is that it's a single sock that you have completed, and you'll see that over there. So I just wanted to say there were two separate threads so that it'll be easier to pick for prizes. So I have acquired a couple of things for the prizes, and this is a little crinkly, and I do apologize, but I wanted to show this. So this is from my little Robin Cottage that I love so much, and it is one of the little sock sacks that I just showed you. I think it might be just a tad bigger, and it has a single snap on it. I don't want to take it out of the package because it is so pretty, and I want to keep it nice. So that is one of the things, and I ordered that, and Lacey sent in with it. Sorry, I got some crinkling. Oh. Sorry. I will put them back in the package. This is a set of needle stoppers for the ends of your needles. So when you put your project in your bag, you pop these on your needles. Aren't they cute? They're little pencils. And Lacey sent those along as an extra, which was so thoughtful of her. There you go. Stop the crinkling. And I thought that along with that, this is one of my Magpie Fiber Societies that came recently, and here it is. And this is such a beautiful, fun, springy, speckly. Look at all the colors in this. It's awesome. It's in the swanky sock. And so I thought I would combine that with this and the little pencil stoppers for one of the prizes. And it was so kind of Lacey to throw in the extras. She always sends in with, when you order, a special little like goodie bag with some treats and some tea, and then her card, which is here, and this is her information, which I will also link down below. But I have a lot of her bags, and I have been buying from her for quite a few years. So that was one of the prizes. And then the second one is the same thing in a different color. And this is the other yarn, and it's also the Magpie Fiber Society. This is a variegated, not a speckled. But it's so pretty. Again, it's got all those yummy colors in it. And it is in the Swanky Sock. Which, by the way, this Swanky base has merino and nylon in it. It's merino, cashmere, and nylon, and it is delicious. Super soft. Super soft. So I thought that would be a nice prize to go together. And then Lacey also, as an addition, added in these little tiny mini skeins. Are they not the cutest? They're so cute. They're little tiny. I don't even know what the grams are on them, but she threw that in to throw in with the prizes, and I just thought that that was super, super sweet. So thank you, Lacey, so much if you're watching. So yeah, those are a couple of prizes for our sock, single sock make along, and that to me is so exciting. So get knitting your single socks and posting them so that we can see it happen. You have plenty of time. It runs to August 31st. So that is it for the actual yarny acquisitions and knitting content. But I have one final thing that I would like to talk about. And it is a, sorry, I'm checking my notes again because I'm trying to keep on track here. It is a retreat that I am hoping to attend. So this is a New England knitters group on Ravelry, and they host this retreat annually. And it is, I am going to talk about it. I asked them if I could share it. So if you're in the New England area and you want to come to a retreat, it is a lottery situation. So, you know, you get your information to them, and then they run a lottery system to pick and choose people. Anyway, the New England Knitters Ravelry Group, which I will put a link down below. It is September 10th through the 13th, 2023. And from what I understand, this would be my first time if I got in. It is a very chill, very relaxed time. The accommodations are very basic, and it's not a 5-star hotel or anything like that, but the place that is held is, I guess, absolutely beautiful. So there's no big fancy marketplaces or anything like that. It is just basically go and hang out and sit and knit and have some fun, meet some knitters, you know, chit chat, eat. So that sounds like my kind of jam. You know, I don't need all the fancy marketplace stuff all the time. You know, those are great to have also. But anyway, if anyone is interested, I will link it down below. You can go to their Ravelry group through the link and find the information on, you know, how to fill out forms and further information about where it's held. It's Kennebunk, Maine is where it's held, which is a beautiful area. So yeah, if you're interested, you can check it out down below. Okay, and then now I just wanted to follow up on something I talked about in my last podcast was a little bit of talk about aging and makeup and that kind of stuff. And I haven't done too much more with the makeup then that's okay. I don't necessarily need to, but I did have a viewer recommend um, some skincare, um, a skincare product, and I thought I would share it with you because she didn't recommend this actual product, but she recommended this company, and so the company is called Ursa Major, and she recommended a serum, a vitamin C serum, which I haven't tried yet, but I got the cleanser to start because it said it was a gentle cleanser. And they are based out of Vermont. And yeah, Waterbury, Vermont. And so I was just looking for a gentle cleanser. I have very sensitive skin, so whenever I use anything, I usually end up breaking out, and I have not with this. So I will link it down below also. So that was one of the products. And then I did some investigating for a moisturizer because I, really want to be better about that kind of stuff. And I came across this product. It was, I can't remember where I found out about it, but anyway, it's called CeraVe, and they have a nighttime and a daytime, which has sunscreen in it. And I got these because they're for sensitive skin, and I've been using it since just after the last podcast, which is a couple weeks, and I haven't had any trouble with breaking out. So I think it's a good thing. I have only been using the daytime stuff every other day because I like to ease into those kind of products gradually. So I just feel better about having some products that are not harsh on my skin, and that I'm being better about taking care of it. So yeah, those were a couple of products that I found. I think I got both of them on Amazon, which yes, I'm pretty sure they were both available on Amazon. So thank you to the viewer who recommended that Ursa, because it's a very gentle cleanser. It's not a big lathery, soapy, strip your skin thing. So I've been super happy with it. All right, I think that is all I have for you today. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm sorry it's so short, but it's busy season in the gardening world. I will share a few pictures of my own flowers that have been popping up, and it's really fun when you get to go outside and see things coming up from last year, and some really sweet flowers and stuff. So I hope that everybody is well. I thank you so much for tuning in, and your continued support and your comments. And let me know what you're working on in the comments below, because I love to hear that. And sometimes it's a great inspiration for me to start a new project. I hope to have something new and exciting the next time, but we'll see. I still have a couple weeks to go until gardening center season is winding down. So I wish you all the best. Happy knitting. Keep your needles clicking. And until the next time, bye. Thanks so much.